Hello YouTube. Before we get into my June TBR, I would be remiss to not acknowledge what's going on in the world right now. It just wouldn't sit right with me. This is my first time filming, and this will be my first video uploaded since the protests that have just taken over the states, the whole world, and I have to do my part. Just wouldn't feel right to have a happy whatever video without any sort of acknowledgement. That's why the top links in my description bar will be places for you to donate, petitions for you to sign. Please, please do your part. Every little bit counts. You don't have to have a big voice to have any sort of impact. Please do something. Black Lives Matter. It's just, it's inherent. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We need to do our part, especially the white counterparts on BookTube, because I've seen some truly frustrating responses here. So please do your part, follow the links. My descriptions will be like that for the foreseeable future. We have to do our part. Everyone has to participate to enact change. It is time. Please, 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 please do what you can. Hello YouTube, my name is Isabel, and today we're going to be doing another very rash, very spur of the moment, unplanned TBR, because apparently I hate myself. I don't know what it is about me lately, but every time I go to film my wrap up, I'm like, oh, why not film a TBR? Because apparently I'm having a lot of fun with TBRs, and that's fine, but I wish I would plan it more in advance. June is Pride, so I'm trying to read as many queer books as I can. I'm also taking part in the Make Your Myth Taker readathon, which is really cool. I'll leave a link to that below. TBRs have been working for me recently, for the most part. Giving myself something set to read really takes away the not knowing what to read next, and I think it's helping me read more. So maybe in the future I'll add an added element, do something else, and maybe plan better for my own damn sake. But fine, we're gonna do this quickly because I don't want to edit a long video. That's what we're going to do. So please forgive me if I look at my phone for a second, but I'm going to talk about the Make Your Myth Taker TBR first. So the character I have chosen to do is an oracle. There are some other characters that I think I'd rather be, just in terms of like my preference, but I didn't love the prompt, so I couldn't fit things in the way I wanted. The first prompt is to go into a book blind, and I have chosen Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis. I've been looking forward to this release, but I don't know what it's about. I talked about it in a somewhat recent video, that it's a release that's upcoming that I'm excited for. And then like a few days later, I went and got approved for my first ever ARC on NetGalley, and that's Axiom's End. So I'm very excited that I'm going to be picking this up. I'll be putting out a review, but all I know is that this is an adult, like low sci-fi. I really like the author here on YouTube. She's really, really smart. I love her video essays, but I don't know what the book is about. And I want to read this fast so I can plan and do my video review at a good time. The next thing is a little bit of a cheat slash workaround, but the second prompt is to read a book with a foiled cover, but my edition doesn't have a foiled cover, but the original edition does, and that's Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim. This is a gender-bent Count of Monte Cristo retelling, and the original cover, which is so much more gorgeous than this is the Owl Crate cover, and I hate it. I wanted to read this for a while. It was an anticipated release of the first half of the year, and it's supposed to be very, very queer. I believe all of our main characters are POC as well, and I am very, very excited to read it. It's short, revenge quest, sounds really cool. The next book I'm really, really scared to read because I've been putting it off since I got it, but prompt 3 is to read a book about a book, and a lot of people really love this trope, and I haven't read too many things like that yet, but one that I know is a book within a book is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Okay, for a second I panicked thinking it wasn't a book about a book, but it is, because it says he stumbles across a weird book in a weird library, so I think I'm good. I've been putting this one off for far too long. I mentioned that in my like top fantasy books to read TBR, and I'm happy to be getting to this sooner rather than later. It fulfills the prompt. I believe our main character is queer, so I'm on board to give it a chance. I'm scared, it's long, I hope I like it. I like her writing. We'll see. The final prompt to be successful for my Oracle path is to read a 5-star prediction. And I was going to choose We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson because it is the final book on my most recent batch of 5-star predictions, so I could like go and film another one of those videos. I really enjoyed doing it, and I was happy to do it in a prompt manner. But Sean David Hutchinson is kind of being an ass right now, like literally right now on Twitter. I'll hold off on it, wait on it, see if I want to read it in the next few months, see how everything gets handled. I was thrilled to see it on my doorstep because Indigo said that I wasn't getting it for like another couple weeks. This is an Own Voices story about a 17-year-old trans boy who I believe moves to a new school, is going there for a fresh start, and he's really excited to, I don't know, have his fresh start, possibly fall in love. But then I believe he starts getting some transphobic, like, anonymous text messages, and then he decides to either get revenge or catfish or do something. Yeah, it says what he didn't count on, his catfish scenario landing him in a quasi-love triangle. So it sounds really good. I've seen a lot of good buzz. This is the most stunning cover I've seen come out in a while, and I'm very excited to read this. Now for the other things that I have to get read, I'm going to continue my reread of The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. I still have to post my review for this, so this is like number one priority. I'm listening to it on audiobook. I think I'm like a fourth of the way through currently, and that is something that will be coming up as soon as possible on this damn channel, and I'm very excited for this. I'm excited for the finale that comes out on June 30th. I'm sure everyone is so exhausted of me talking about it. I do have a review for the first book. If you're interested, I'll leave it linked, and for the love of God, I will have this posted hopefully like within a week or two. No, within a week. I'm putting it on myself. Within a week, please. I'm also quickly going to mention The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Everyone knows what this is about, and I was skeptical if I should read it. I didn't want to pay for it, but my library is closed. But Hoopla has the audiobook, so I'll be going that route. And that's about it. I have incredibly low expectations for this story. I have 2 more that I'm definitely going to try and get to, and then I think I'm going to cap the TBR and give myself a bit of wiggle room if I want to. One book I do want to get to is Darius the Great Is Not Okay by Adib Khorram. This is a young adult YA contemporary story that focuses on a gay teen boy. I believe he goes to visit Iran for the first time, and his family is from there, but he feels very disconnected from his culture. And then he, I think, meets a boy there and starts to fall in love. I know that there's also Own Voices representation in here for being queer, being Iranian, and I believe for depression and anxiety as well. So I'm very intrigued to read this. I love this cover. I think it's gorgeous, and a lot of people really love this story. So I hope I love it too. And the final book I want to mention is Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. This is an adult sci-fi book. It is the 3rd book in the Wayfarer's Companion trilogy. These are like the coziest, homiest, nicest sci-fi stories you're going to read, and this is written by a queer woman, and I believe this has a relationship in here between 2 women, and I think the women are a bit older, which is nice to see. Love the title. Do you guys love the title? I love the title. I think it sounds great. I'm very excited to read it. And hopefully I can get to it this month. Let me know down in the comments below what you plan to do in June for reading. Are you taking part in the Make Your Myth Taker, reading queer books? Please let me know. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!